he could read that. Mm-hmm. Hey, so I did some dumb shit yesterday. Yesterday I was supposed to go live, and then I called myself making a little snack, right? So it's so crazy. So I made some sweet potatoes. You know, I cooked them, I boiled them, then I put them in the oven or whatnot. Put some marshmallows, brown sugar, put some honey instead of syrup. Used the honey on them. They was fire, right? And then I did some dumb shit. Now, when I was locked up, they used to hide nutmeg from us. I couldn't understand why, because they was like, people get drunk on them or they get high on them. And I was like, they get high on nutmeg? What? I didn't believe it. I looked it up and it said it's a barbiturate. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Hey, what's up, Jua? Hey, what's up, Jules? So I ended up putting all this nutmeg. I didn't even realize how much I put on there. I just kind of like, and it just turned out to be too much. Anyway, I what you call, I eat like two bowls, right? The first bowl was cool, but I was noticing that my tongue was a little tangly. Nutmeg, yes, that's what I said too, nutmeg. But this was a good thing because good thing they told me that because it reminded me to Google it. So as I started noticing that my tongue was numb, I was noticing I was feeling a little nauseous, like I've been drinking or something. And I don't drink. Well, I mean, I drink here and there, but like I noticed the feeling. So I was like, hold on, something ain't right. So anyway, let me do the pile selection. I'll tell y'all again. So boom, pile one. Let me get it closer. So we got pile one, pile two, pile three, pile four. All right, one, two, three, four. We're gonna get started over here, pile one. All right, so the funny thing was, I'm feeling all woozy. So I do a personal reading for this girl. It was a video chat reading too. So I'm talking as I'm talking. I'm like like leaning for some reason. I'm like, yo, I just don't feel right. So I'm like, give me like 10 minutes. I need to lay down real quick. So I splash some water on my face. I lay down. That still ain't do it. I was like, man, something ain't right. So I was like, yo, can we reschedule this for tomorrow? She was understanding. She was like, yeah, we can do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? But I like instantly, as soon as my head hit the pillow, out like a light. So I was like, dang, nutmeg. If you ever have trouble sleeping, I guess you could overdose on nutmeg. anyway, anyway, let's look this up a little bit so y'all can see me a little bit more. All right, bam, there I am. Okay, so pile one, who will you be growing closer to? Yeah, listen, I made sweet potatoes again today, but I ain't put no nutmeg in them this time. I learned that lesson. I stayed far away from it. All right, so who you be growing closer to? So far we got Scorpio. All right, if it's not Scorpio, this would be somebody who's very intense. The connection itself would be very intense. This could be somebody who's very passionate, huggy, kissy, maybe very sexual. All right, maybe very secretive. Right, this could be just somebody who doesn't like to tell all their business. We got Pisces. So this is somebody who's healing insecurities around vulnerability, all right, around being themselves, around expressing how they really feel about situations. All right. Hey, Mem. All right. This would be people who, a person who struggles with like expressing themselves, but that's what they're working through. So this connection will help you guys recognize limiting beliefs, patterns that keep you guys stuck, past behaviors, stuff that you guys carry on that your family had that maybe just didn't get you guys moving forward in your life. All right, could be these two signs I got so far. We got Pisces and we got Scorpio. All right, this may be somebody who's actually very emotionally manipulative too. Like they know how to play on people's feelings. All right, because they could be healing and they could be maybe suffering with insecurity, but they know how to work on other people's insecurity. All right, we got Cancer. All right, so this is somebody who's definitely guarded. All right, that's what you'll need to know. So this is somebody who's definitely guarded, and they possibly like sacrifice themselves a lot for other people. They're very competitive, so they may play in a sport. You got Capricorn here. I got two Capricorns. So there's maybe somebody who plays in a sport or like just is in a competitive field, or this is somebody who doesn't mind competing for the things that they desire. You know what I mean? They don't have to necessarily even be in a competitive field. They can just not mind competing for the things that they desire. They maybe want to compete for your attention. They may compete with you for a seat on the bus. You know, it could be anything. Oh, okay. Oh, I see you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gene, Megan. Ah, sorry about that. So, yeah, anyway, so the competitive. All right. So this may also be somebody who you tell like deeper secrets to, because we got confession here. This may be somebody who kind of goes on your side when things are going wrong. Could be a Leo. Now this would be somebody who maybe struggles with, and we got Aries here. So it may be somebody who struggles with being humble, or they're always humble, but they really want to express themselves and shine. So like that could be the little issue where they may be insecure and they want to be extra confident, but maybe they struggle. So that can come off sometimes as like overconfident in times when they're really unsure. All right, because this may be somebody who usually just kind of like goes back or reverts back to what they've always done because it just feels safer. And like I said, this is somebody who's afraid of revealing the true them. All right, they have issues with like letting people see them for them. All right, like they may have been hurt before. They may have over like gave to previous relationships. They may have sacrificed their needs for others, and they're used to that pattern. So they usually like maybe close off when it comes to new people into their life. If it's not a new person, this is just an old person, but maybe there's like scars or traumas that they're still holding on to and they've been working on. And this could be since childhood because we got Sharon here, all right, or Chiron. All right, so this situation, so this is somebody who has tunnel vision. And this is somebody who's trying to learn to use their intuition or learn to use discernment. All right, oh, okay, so that's that right there. All right, now this may be somebody who's very sneaky. For some of you, this is somebody who may have betrayed you in the past. All right, and this is somebody who's cute. All right, so for some of y'all, if it's not like a friend, because I was kind of feeling like maybe it'd be a friend, but if not, this is going to be somebody who you feel like you can share your feelings with. All right, like this is somebody who you feel like you can trust, but there may be just issues where you're used to not trusting them. Right, you're used to like not trusting people, or they're just used not to trusting people. But that feeling would be like you guys naturally get each other. Conversations could just flow. All right, they may be very talkative, but like okay, so this is what I'm saying. They may be very talkative, but they may only talk to like you or like close associates. Because these signs I have are like signs of people who really stick to the people they know. They don't really seem to go out there. Even though Leo is an extrovert, Leo is still one of those signs that doesn't really allow other people to like get into their inner circle. All right, so this could be somebody who's maybe popular, maybe like this may be somebody who's popular or like influential. They have like a sense of charm and charisma about them, but it's like only people who are close to them will get to see that. I'm surprised I didn't see a third house come out here. All right, so this is what it is. So like I said, this person's afraid to let people in because of that, but you guys will be growing closer to them. So we'll see why you guys will be growing closer to them. What is it about you that would be bringing you closer? Now, like I said, for some of you, if it's a past person, this may be somebody who snaked you or weaseled you or betrayed you in some way. All right. But this is somebody, for others of you, they may want just sex. It may be like more like a sexual connection, or it may come off like that. That's how the vibe will feel. Because that might be a past pattern that they're used to doing. Because we got the 12th house here, which is usually the house of the undoing, where you recognize patterns that you've always done, and you have a choice, almost like a choice and decision on whether you want to change that, or do you want to continue on that same path. So these would be someone like that. All right, but anyway, what would they like about you? Oh, they like that you don't put up with shit. That you don't take other people's, oh, okay. So we got Leo, Sag, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. Did I say all that? I said them. And Leo again. So I got a lot of Leo energy. So they'll like that you can kind of like play it low, like you're low-key popular or low-key like lit in their mind, where they find like maybe we'll say like they maybe feel like you don't need a lot of attention. Like you're someone who just kind of like stands out and just gets it without having to like try. All right. So they may even feel a little bit, I was gonna say maybe a little bit worried that you're not as pressed over them. Because this may be somebody who's used to having a lot of attention, used to like having a lot of people watching them. Oh, thank you, pretty in pink. They may be used to having a lot of attention. They may be used to people talking about them, gossiping about them, having their name in their mouth. All right. So this could be also somebody who maybe has addictions. They may like that you're very sexually enticing or very sexually alluring, because that's what you'll pick up about them. They'll be very sexually attractive, very sexually alluring. All right. Even if it's like a friend, this would be somebody who you can see that probably gets a lot of women or a lot of men. Like you can tell by their demeanor that they have like this radiant on them that just can draw the opposite sex towards them. All right. And maybe the competitiveness can sometimes be like you guys compete for partners, not necessarily like openly, but like you guys might notice the same type of people and be like, ooh, and just see if you guys can catch eyes with this person or see if you can get them to do stuff for y'all. You know how it goes sometimes. All right. Anyway, this would be, they like that you have boundaries. That's what it really is. Because we got the world here, which is about boundaries, growing. So for some of y'all, they've watched you grow. They've watched you evolve. They've watched you get over like obstacles or hurdles. Or they've even watched you become successful. So some of y'all, you might meet this person online. Maybe they've watched you guys online. And you may be like, just start conversation in that way. But also, they also feel, like I said, they feel like what they like about you is that you're not pressed. So they may be used to people throwing themselves at you, or throwing themselves at them, and all that good shit, like just getting attention because they're very attractive. So they may be used to people falling all over them, and because of that, that may be why they pick the wrong partners. Because they maybe go for people who are like overly obsessive or overly like possessive or desiring of them, and that in their mind probably represents love or represents somebody who really wants them. You know what I mean? So that may be why they like you or why they're around you, because you just don't let anybody be in your space, or you just don't let anybody deal with you. All right. But they also like that you're self-empowered and that you weren't, oh, okay. And we got Queen of Cups in reverse, which just means that you're just not receptive to maybe toxic love, or you're just not receptive to some of their behaviors that they exercise. Like you don't get caught up in the madness. You don't get pulled down or sucked under and things you don't want to be in. All right. And they like that. Like you got strong boundaries, principles and morals that they like. All right. They also like that, like I said, because you don't give them the attention. It's really just, it's pretty simple there. You just don't give them the attention that they think that they should get or that they're used to getting. All right. So they feel unseen by you. All right. And this may be somebody who tries to isolate you, or maybe tries to go quiet where they don't really say too much. We got Scorpio. So, and we got 11th house. So for some of y'all, this will start off like a friend. Because anytime I see 11th house, I always know it starts off a friend. If you know any Aquariuses, traditionally, Aquariuses always start relationships as friends. They like to talk, they like to get to know you, and then they move into romance. So this may be somebody who starts off as a friend. And for some of y'all, it can start off like casual, you know what I mean, just like sexual. But there's like that energy of them really like divulging deeper secrets and stuff to you, confessing things that really bother them or that have like, changed their life, or just maybe even some traumas that they've experienced. They may talk about insecurities. All right. For some, like I said, they may be online, or they may have some type of form of like success, or you just may meet them online and maybe they've seen you online, and that might be like how the relationship happens. But this will be a relationship that changes you. It changes your core values. It'll change your psychological factors, the way that you process the world, the way you process hurt, feelings, emotions, stuff like that. This will also be a relationship that empowers you. So for some, it could be also a relationship that makes you feel disempowered. All right. But this would be only in the initial stages, where normal like skills that you do, let's say that you're a homemaker, or you like to cook for your men or for your women, or you like to, if you're a man, maybe you like to pay the bills, or you like to do whatever. This may be somebody who's independent, doesn't need you in that way. Like they may not need you in the way that you're used to being strong in relationships. So like your natural talents may go, like it may feel like they're going to waste. You know what I mean? So they may not necessarily be open to all the things that you're open to. And that's just in the beginning stages. This would be a relationship that transforms over time. It's like a slow burn. All right. But you guys would be attracted to each other. So like the connection builds on itself little at a time. But as it goes on, it just gets more intense and more intense. And you guys start to feel like you guys are really connecting and getting to know each other. This could be one of those relationships that stay in your life for a long time. Or it's just one of those relationships that's very transformative. So like if you had insecurities after this relationship, if you guys don't stay in it, then it's one of those relationships where you never go back to who you once were. This version of yourself is more empowered, a lot stronger, and the things that may have wore you down before won't do it anymore. Like you'll be able to see those patterns from a mile away. All right. So there's maybe somebody who drinks, smokes, like sex. Sometimes I always think of them like as maybe escaping into like watching shows, TV, playing video games. Like if they don't drink or smoke, they may do things like that. Like, play video games for hours, watch TV, watch movies, shop online, stuff like that. Like they may just like do stuff that kind of like burns up their time. There's like this saying about using pleasure either as a luxury or as a sedative. So they may use pleasure as a sedative. So like sex could be what they do when they're bored. Playing video games could be something that they do when they're bored. You know what I mean? Like shopping. They may do these things instead of like handling responsibilities. They may do these as a form of like escaping from like the troubles or the traumas that they've experienced and not wanting to process them. All right. So yeah, there's maybe somebody who likes puzzles or likes complexity. Like they maybe like to like dig into things. Maybe like they like to ask deeper questions. Like this may be somebody like when you first start talking with them, they start asking questions that are like close to you or like maybe kind of secretive that you probably wouldn't have told other people, but you'll feel comfortable enough telling them that. That's the good thing about this. So you may tell them issues that you struggle with that you probably wouldn't have told other people because you'll feel like you're part of a select group with this person because you just kind of get the vibe that they don't let everybody around them. You know what I mean? You'll feel in a way special. Like this is like, you know, we're in a select group, almost like upper echelon type of vibe. All right. And they're going to be very attractive in a more sexual way. Not saying they won't be attractive physically, but like in a more sexual way. Like this is one of those relationships where you notice the person, you just really can't look past the chemistry that you guys will have or this magnetic pull that you guys will have. So like every conversation doesn't necessarily be sexual, but every conversation you have turns from something small into something intense. So like if you have arguments, disagreements, these could be intense disagreements, intense arguments. If you guys have certain beliefs that vary, you guys will have intense conversations about these things. All right, and a lot of the lessons and a lot of the experiences that you guys have together will be life changing. So this will be somebody who's coming into your life to change you. All right. For some of you, they maybe wear a uniform or they're like into like protecting people, healing people. So maybe like security, maybe like doctors, maybe like lawyer, cops, paramedics, maybe even like, I said security. Well, it could even be like, you know, bodyguards or whatever, but it's just like they protect people. And sometimes because we got Scorpio, I think in the 8th house, this is usually about people who like deal with like deeds, titles, insurance, inheritances. So that's why I kind of feel like a lawyer, but it could be anything. Maybe they work in insurance or they work in like, whatever. They work in like the medical field or something like that, where they have like other people's records, other people's information, or they just get like other people's secrets, other people's stories. You know what I mean? Maybe so they could be like a reporter or a detective or whatever. All right, something like that. But there's going to be a feeling of them being like empowered and empowering you. So here's the advice. We got prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. So that's what it is. You guys may not always have the same beliefs. All right, like you guys may notice that. Like you guys are carrying childhood traumas or childhood beliefs that just kind of like rub each other the wrong way. But through talking about some of your vulnerabilities, you guys will be able to see each other a lot clearer. And this brings you guys closer. All right. So anyway, help me be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Help me to not fear the transient nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul and the eternal light which emanates from the heart of everything or of every living thing. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. So let me give you signs. We got Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Capricorn, Sag, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Scorpio, Pisces, and Capricorn again. All right. And that's the Aquarius? I did. Okay, so let's get over here to pile 2. About to show y'all pile selection again if you guys are just joining. All right. Put that there. Put that there. We won't need that. All right, quick shuffle, then I'm gonna show y'all the power selection, and we're gonna get on 2. So I'm trying to kick it here for like an hour, maybe an hour 20, something light. I got my little one this weekend, so me and her are gonna watch a movie, maybe bake some cookies. I don't know, we might not really need sweets this late at night. Still trying to watch my figure. I gained 4 pounds this weekend. That always makes me smirk and smile, you know what I mean? Because, you know, when you be in your little weight loss journey or you be in your gym journey, sometimes you be like looking at like the progress and you look at where you drop or where you fail at, you know what I mean? Because it's a journey. So sometimes you're moving really fast, other days you're moving kind of slow, but you know, as long as you stay with it, it gets better. So here we are, power selection. All right, so this would be 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And we get started on 3. All right, so let's see. So part 2, who will you be growing closer to next? Could be an Aquarius. All right. Now, and we got Libra. All right, so this could be somebody who's a little bit secretive. This may be somebody who you consider yourself dropping your expectations for. Could be a Gemini. All right. Now they're gonna be attractive. This may be somebody who likes to show their body. Like, you know, you guys connect on some type of similar interest. All right, that might be how you like notice them. It's like a same kind of like concept as Power One, where it's a subtle attraction, but it's like not overtly like sexual. This may be somebody who's different than your usual type, because I'm noticing that the people here are different colors. So you guys may not be the same race or the same like ethnic background in some sense. Like, you know, maybe you're Muslim, maybe they're Christian. Well, that's religious, so whatever. But you guys may just be different in some way. All right, maybe you could be from the south side, maybe he's from the north, whatever. You know what I mean? Protect the north. So it could be something like that. This, for some of y'all, this could be like a motherly figure. So this could be like a friend, because this would be somebody who you share mutual interests with. All right, all right. So some of y'all, this would be a taboo connection. All right, and that's kind of what Freya represents too. This may be somebody who's very materialistic, and they tend to jeopardize their morals or their ethics for that, but they gain a lot from it. So like maybe they're like a dancer, a stripper, a prostitute, a dealer, a scammer. Maybe they just play the system somehow. You know what I mean? Like maybe they sell their food stamps. It could be any of that. You know what I mean? It's just taboo. It's something that's considered not to go along with societal belief. All right, so it's a whole bunch of things like that. But again, because we got Lilith here, this would be a relationship that feels intense. So you guys could probably talk about a lot of things that you normally wouldn't talk about with other people. But this is also somebody who's very social. All right, but they just kind of like don't really talk to people. So they like when people talk to them, they talk, and they could probably go off for a while. But at the same time, they don't talk to everybody. All right, like they don't. Maybe they're not an initiator. How about that? All right, for some of y'all, they may be in a relationship. All right, and that might be the taboo part of the connection. They may be in a relationship, because I do got the bridge here, which would kind of give like a relationship vibe, but it usually just means that you guys have mutual interest and that this person is trying to meet you on a mutual ground. So you may meet this person somewhere where you guys always connect at, all right? Or just in a place where you guys have similar interests. So like if you like to read books, maybe you meet them at the library. If you like to work out, maybe you meet them at the gym. If you like to grocery shop, maybe you meet them at the store. You get me? Is there somewhere where there's a mutual ground where you guys will show up and you guys have the same interests? All right. And conversation strikes up, but it becomes very intense. And there's a draw. There's a feeling of like, I'm tempted by this person. And it's a big draw. It's one of those things that's kind of hard to fight. It's like the devil. And I'm surprised that we haven't, well, we'll get into that, because maybe the devil will show out, because it's one of those feelings where it's like, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but something about this person just really draws me in or really attracts me to them. All right. So for some, even taboo could be like if you're a man and you're dating, this may even be like a woman who's pregnant. All right, that's kind of where I was going with that too, because Gaia does represent like protecting children or protecting something that you're birthing. All right, so maybe they could be creating something new or working on something that they care about, like a project, or it's like they have this ability to go after what they want, but they're protected with tooth and nail. So like they're a fighter. All right, so possibly like physically a fighter, or just like whatever it is that they care about or they treasure, they're protected with all they have. All right. So we got Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. All right. So they may have blonde hair or red hair, or like just a different color hair, like a noticeable color of hair. We got Sag, and we got Pisces. All right. So it's somebody who values their independence. They could be very intuitive too, meaning that they know what you need, and they know, like, they kind of like understand their surroundings. So this may be somebody who's like close to their social group. They understand their social group, or they just understand like their environment that they're in. So they know how to like play on it. All right. And it's somebody who usually sees bigger pictures. They may be into pictures, or like into filming, or into like videos, or like they may do this as like a job or something. So like maybe a podcast with video, or like tarot, or like YouTube. I mean YouTube too, but they may do like Instagram, or they may do TikTok or whatever. So maybe they do stuff like that where they're seen. I didn't really get too much internet stuff, but we got Aquarius here, which does represent technology. So it could be, they could be very tech savvy, or just good with like phones, camera, whatever, tripods and stuff like that. They may just be very good at that. All right, but this is somebody who's also very devoted to a cause. They have something that wakes them up every day, that gets them excited, gets them going, gets them motivated, like they live for it. All right, so maybe it's like a passion, a job, a career, whatever, just whatever they're just excited about. But something about the connection will feel like, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, or maybe this isn't the type of person I should be friends with, or maybe this isn't the type of person I should be hanging out with. All right, they may encourage you sometimes to do things that you're tempted to do. They may bring out your shadow side, parts of yourself that you try to hide. They may bring that out of you. All right, but this is somebody who's like very optimistic and very jovial. So like while there's like that feeling of them being maybe off limits or off, it's like off. I'm gonna say off limits, but it's like unapproachable in some way. There's still gonna be that feeling of like this could be anything. Like maybe we can do this anyway. You know what I mean? And that's the whole feeling behind it. It's meant to draw up parts of yourself that you hide, so that you can feel empowered just being your authentic self. All right, because this is somebody who's not afraid to do that, but they just do it sometimes in a more sneaky way where they don't let people see them do that. All right, so, all right, anyway. They're gonna like that you're cautious. They're gonna like that you just don't jump in head first. All right, so it could be an Aries, could be an Aquarius. Yeah, it could be a Leo. So they're gonna, all right, so you guys may have power struggles. And you guys may feel like this person lets you down sometimes, or like the talk is like an issue with like getting things off the ground. Like conversation may be hard. You may feel like this person doesn't really talk to you in the way that you would like them to. It doesn't mean harsh, but it just kind of means like the way that they come off, it kind of seems like it never gets to a point. Like maybe they may even talk in circles, or it seems like they're beating around the bush. All right, for some of y'all, this would be a past person that you've already had. This may be somebody who always goes for like they may feel like the grass is greener. They may always feel like there's other opportunities coming. All right, so this may be somebody who, I'm not gonna say an opportunist because I don't got the Wheel of Fortune, but this person is healing that because we got the star here too. So I got a lot of Aquarius energy, and this may be somebody who wants to take a journey or a venture towards you. They may want to take a risk, but they feel like you're a little bit timid. So what they'll like about you is that you just don't take risk. You just don't jump in head first without surveying the area. So you may start off watching this person, observing this person. You know, you guys will feel a natural attraction or a natural pull to them. And they may be somebody who you feel, like I said, is off limits, but then that might be where the slowness to moving towards them comes from. All right. And they don't have to be like in a relationship, but I'm just saying like there may be just that feeling like, you know, maybe I shouldn't really engage in them. Maybe you've heard things about them. Maybe you've seen them around and just their aura, just their like energy or some of the stuff that they do just maybe rubs you the wrong way or just feels like that's not something I do or that's not something I could be seen doing. You get me? But anyway, this is going to be somebody who's very nurturing, very careful, and very caring of other people. They could be somebody who's afraid as well to express themselves. Like they can come off as overbearing, too self-assured, maybe very pushy, possibly arrogant. All right, and that might be like parts of yourself that you push down where you're like, I'm not like that. I don't think I'm the shit like that. And this person feels that way about themselves. All right, they may have things to show for it, but the way they've gone about getting it may be in a way that you yourself feel like I would never be caught doing that. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm about. All right, but anyway, for some of y'all, this is somebody who maybe got out of jail, or somebody who was imprisoned, or somebody who is imprisoned. All right. And that might be the taboo where they're locked up and you guys maybe are pen pals, or you guys are writing them, or maybe you're having video visits with them, or, you know, it could be any of that. All right. Anyway, there's going to be somebody who you may be undecided about at first. And you may feel like they're being strategic, but they're going to be very focused on you. So they may try to be very pushy towards getting your attention, pushy to try to get you to take a risk. You know what I mean? Because like they feel like you're tempted by them. So they like that you're not that way. So this is how they may be to try to get you to be similar to them. Because we got the strength here. And the strength in reverse is just power struggles. And all that really means is that I'm trying to make you be like me and you're trying to make me be like you. And so that's where the struggle is, because we're not enjoying each other as they are and finding ways to negotiate or compromise within the relationship. Instead, we're trying to control every bit. We want them to be this way to make me feel comfortable. And they're trying to make you be this way so that they can feel comfortable. So they may try to get you to act out because this is what they're used to doing. And you may be like, no, I don't do that. I don't act out. You know, and you may be trying to get them to calm down or chill out. Or it could go the opposite way. They could be the one that's like not like that. And you could be the one that acts out and they tell you, hey, let's calm down. Let's not be like that. You know what I mean? So there's power struggles in the relationship. All right. But this will be a transformative relationship. All right, this will be one of those relationships where you've learned these lessons before or these experiences before, but maybe you go back over it again just to kind of like empower yourself or make yourself gain confidence again, for like to express yourself in a more courageous or in a more confident light, where it's like I can get what I want. I can do what I desire. You know what I mean? I can persuade people to be this way. This person is very persuasive and very good at talking, but this may be somebody, like I said, who you try to get them to conform to being more like you, and they conform to get you to be more like them. They could be possibly foreign or like a traveler. Sometimes foreign can just be like mixed. Like, you know, maybe they have two ethnicities, or like, They just don't come from around your way. They may be a traveler, like always on the go, or they're just like really a traveler, came from a long distance, meaning like from California to New Jersey, or from like Vermont to Florida, you know what I mean, or Florida to wherever. Like it's like that. All right. Anyway, they could be they may like wear loose clothes a lot, but I feel like mostly it's their body that you may really notice. They have like a nice form fitting, a nice form. Their body is nice. All right. They could be maybe it looks more slender. That's how I'm gonna say it. So it looks more slender. Usually because we got a lot of air signs. Air signs are traditionally slender. And this card in this deck is a lot of air and a lot of fire. That's really funny too. A lot of air, a lot of fire, and a little bit of water. So like they don't really like to express a lot of emotions. Their emotions come in the form of intensity. All right. Hey there, hi mine. All right, so let me give you signs real quick too. So we got Aries, Gemini, Sag, Leo, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Aquarius. All right. For some of y'all, it's gonna be somebody who's a star or just seen by a lot of people. All right. They could be very much into health, into fitness, into just taking care of their body. So maybe that's like vegan, you know what I mean? Or just like somebody who just eats very healthy. You know what I mean? They maybe just pay attention to that. Like they attune to their body and they attune to what they need. So this is somebody who already knows what they need. And for the most part, they understand what other people need too. You know what I mean? And that might be like a power play that they use where they know that you may need them to support you, give you money, help you out, do this, that, and the third. But they may use it as like a ploy to create the relationship itself. So like, say you needed housing. This may be somebody who knows that you need help with housing. So they may try to like hit you up and start conversation, but they know that you're in need and they try to use that as a way of getting you around them. All right. It could start in a similar, because like you guys have similar interests. That's where the connection comes in. It's like we have similar interests. All right. So you guys y'all may not be the same person, but the vibe is just that we're in a similar place and we have the same desire for whatever this is that we're at. All right. Anyway, they're going to see your potential, and what they like is that you don't see potential. So it's like you guys are like the opposite of each other, where you're not going to see the potential, but they're going to see the potential of it, and they're going to like that you're a little bit skittish or a little bit like, I don't know if that's what I want to do, because this is going to make them push. This is where their natural talents come in. It makes them push. It makes them go after what they really desire, and this is going to show you how you do the same thing. All right. So conversations, like I said, sometimes they seem to go nowhere, or it seems like they just kind of like come to a halt. So like maybe you guys start up conversations, then you guys stop. Like this may be a relationship where you guys like start talking, stop talking, start talking, have difficult conversations, stop talking, frustrate each other, then stop talking, then come back around. You know what I mean? Because like something about the feel of it just keeps drawing you back in. All right. Just like I said, it could be like a sexual connection too, because we got Lilith here. But it's just meant, again, to empower you. So there's going to be somebody who makes you take inspired action. Could be a Virgo. All right, like they be very nitpicky, very choosy about things. Oh, I like this. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't want it done this way. They could be like, you know, just nitpicky, always having little issues, a little hang-ups with like almost anything and everything. You know what I mean? You might notice that about you with them. Like they may do stuff that just rubs you. It's like one of those relationships that can come off as like very tumultuous and very turbulent, but like you learn a lot about yourself. It breaks free of those impurities that you've always held on to, like parts of yourself that you weren't confident expressing. Maybe you don't like to get loud in public. Maybe you don't want people looking at you. Like this may be somebody who, if people look at them, they be like, well, what are you looking at? And they may start drama. Whereas you may be more like laid back, like, I don't do that. I don't say stuff. I just ignore people. This would be one of these things that you can't ignore. This would be a relationship you cannot ignore, because they're going to be bothersome and annoying, but they may be intimidated at first because of how you come off. Like you come off very cautious and not willing to just risk everything. So that's what they'll like about you. All right. And like I said, when they start making a move on you, they're going to be very focused on you. So you're going to know it because they're going to be overbearingly like coming after you. All right. So let's get some advice and then I'll give you signs one more time. So advice. What we got? Positive change. Dare to be different. When you are criticized, remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant and gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime. Yet, it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. So this will be a relationship that changes your life. All right, it'll help you trust in your intuition. All right, and it'll help you speak up a lot more, or like really decide what it is that you want. These would be one of those relationships where you guys may have similar interests, similar like vibes. You guys may get along in some ways, but you may also notice the parts that don't fit with you, and this will help you find relationships that are more of your speed. All right, not saying that you can't be in this one, but this will show you relationships that are more your speed, and show you, like, to trust how you feel about situations in the beginning. All right, so the signs we got are Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Gemini, Aries, Pisces, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sag, Virgo. All right, so what we got? Gonna put you over there. I'm gonna bring this one out. Okay, and I'm gonna show y'all the pile selection again. Woo. All right. Okay, quick shuffle. And then I'm gonna show you the pile selection. This one, I haven't used this. All right, pile selection. All right. Pile 3, pile 4, 3, 4. We're getting on 3. All right. So, pile 3. Who will you be growing closer to next? Could be a Taurus. All right. So this would be, well, we already know the traits of a Taurus. That's a lot. We ain't gonna use all those. Stubborn, but they're reliable, money hungry, or materialistic. We ain't gonna go with all that. But we got relationship friendly, I just seen. So they may be very easy to get into a relationship with. All right, but anyway. This is somebody who likes peace, all right? They like peace. And I almost want to say maybe they're selfish, or like mine. This is mine. So like they could be like a person who like, okay, they're devoted. So this may be somebody who's like a hard worker and devoted to their career, devoted to having the nicest things. Could be a Gemini. So what you'll like is the way they talk, their communication style, all right? This may be somebody that you know from your childhood, or somebody who you maybe like met in school, like your earlier years. They may be like a short trip away from you, or like they like short travels. They could be in your community, because the third house is here, which is a form of your community. You may even meet them online. The thing about them is that you guys, again, will have similar interests. All right, so that's how you guys are there. We got Cancer again. All right. Cancer, and we got Sag. So, again, with the distance thing, they may be like a small distance, a long distance, all right? But you guys will have similar interests. And communication is how you guys are going to connect. They're going to like the way you talk. You're going to like the way they talk. So you guys could just be very chatty, all right? There's maybe somebody who has like siblings, like, maybe brothers and sisters, like a lot of them, maybe a little of them. All right, they may be into like horse riding, or just like they just live for adventure or traveling, like trips, maybe like their thing. Maybe they like to do a bunch of short trips or long distance trips, like go to different states, islands, countries. They just like to see stuff, all right? They're a connoisseur of the finer life, the finer things in life, all right? Now, for some of y'all, they could be in like police or like military or ex-military, or they like a public servant where they wear a uniform, all right? But they're very committed. We got Leo, we got Pisces, and we got Capricorn. All right, so they're very committed, possibly to their career, and they're very determined. So this is somebody who's stable, all right? They focus a lot on that, stability, all right? And they're very protective of their feelings. They may have strong feelings about things. So like, you can't really convince them that, and that's where the stubbornness comes from. You can't really convince them that what they're doing is wrong, or what they're doing, that they should do this is right. But they're also very confident too. And so whenever I see confidence is key to your success, this means that if you would like this relationship to go anywhere or get them to focus on you, you're gonna need to be very confident about yourself and about what you can do. All right, so you can't be doubting who you are. This is gonna be somebody who's gonna be drawing out the best parts of you by being around you. This also will be one of those relationships that go hot and cold. All right, and now hot and cold doesn't always mean that you guys aren't talking. It can just mean like some days we're like very passionate about each other. Some days we're very romantic. We're very much in love. And then other days you may feel like the relationship is like lackluster. Like maybe there's something missing a little bit. Maybe this person is too busy because like they could be very career focused. So some days you may feel like you're not getting the attention from this person or you're not the spotlight or angel of their eye today. All right. Even though they're very diligent and very devoted to the things that they care about, some days you may feel they're not caring that much about you and your feelings. All right. That's normal. It's not nothing unusual. Don't throw it don't throw the baby out with the bathwater just yet. All right. This may be also somebody who's like, so for some of y'all may have two options. This may be somebody who you have to make a decision on. All right. So they're going to be very attractive in their physical body and in their personality. They're going to be very charming, very charismatic, and slightly very nurturing. You know, they can maybe even come off a little bit arrogant or just a little bit too self-assured. Not in a negative way, but just like they may know that they have things going for themselves. So they may talk like that. And the things that they may have for themselves are more likely material. So like maybe they dress very nice. Maybe they have a nice car. Maybe they have a nice house. Maybe they have money saved. Maybe they have status. It's something like that. Like they know that they have things going for them so they can come off as a little cocky, all right? And that's what they're gonna like about you is should you be that way. You're gonna need to be just as confident about what you have to offer. Even if you live in a cardboard box under the freeway, you need to be confident, all right? You need to be assured that you are on the same level or that you offer the same value, all right? Because materials is just materials. They come and they go. But people are here forever, and the memories of them so are. Anyway, so this could be somebody who's a DJ. You know, maybe we got Aries, Leo, Sag. This could be a DJ, all right? And this for some of y'all, this is gonna be somebody who could sometimes come off as like the bearer of bad news, all right? They may be a first-time homeowner or home buyer, or they're just like trying to find a house, trying to find a home. Could be a Virgo, could be a Libra, Taurus. All right. Oh, there's somebody who likes to watch shows. All right. They like to. So this may be somebody who feels like they missed an opportunity with you. So it could be possibly a past person. If not, this is going to be like an old friend, someone you're familiar with, because I said the third house is usually like people that you've known from your development years or from like your early childhood. And we got the Four of Cups here in reverse, which usually represents old friends coming home or coming back. So it could be like an old friend coming back, but this could also be somebody who felt like they missed an opportunity, which could just mean like you guys knew each other in younger years, but maybe you guys didn't talk. Maybe you guys didn't connect. All right. So for some, this will be like a friendship. All right. Because we do got the Page of Wands here, which is going to be somebody who's a pleasant acquaintance that comes your way. All right. And they may have like some good news. This may be like also for y'all a job offer that they may have or an opportunity to express yourself or to like entertain others. All right. So it could be anything like that because like their communication style is what you'll like. The way they talk is what catches everybody. And they're very social. So this is different from the last two piles because the last two piles, they don't talk to a lot of people, but they will talk. And then the first pile, like, they don't really talk to anybody except for you. This pile, they talk to everybody. They may be an entertainer. They may, like I said, be a DJ. They know how to like entertain a lot of people. And this is somebody who tends to be like a little bit abrasive in some ways. Like they come off a little rude or a little tough, like overly confident, but like they feel like they got things in the bag because of their materials, okay? Or because of like who they are. So maybe they could be very attractive because we do got the Empress here. They could be very attractive. You know what I mean? So I feel like this person is stable with money and like, you know, maybe dresses very nice, like just has like the finer things going on for themselves. And they may use these things as a way of like controlling their relationships. All right. But anyway, this is somebody who wants to get you into your fields. And then they're going to feel like, oh, what they're going to like about you is that other people can't have you. So they're going to feel like you're on an upper echelon. They're going to feel like other people aren't able to get you access to you or aren't able to like connect with you. They may even put you on a pedestal, you know what I mean? Where they imagine you to be better than what you are or like otherworldly, like there's nobody as special as her or as him, you know what I mean? So they may even treat you in this way where you're put up on a pedestal and they just kind of like idolize you as you are, which can mean that they don't really know you, which means that they would know you on a more superficial level. So they don't really, outside of the communication with Gemini is not really a sign of getting to know people, even though it's the sign of vulnerability and close soulmates. It takes a little while because all they do is just ask questions, but they don't really hold on to the information. It's just for curiosity's sake. So like a lot of y'all conversations may be just shallow, but they're fun. And they're like, they make you feel giddy, like a child, you know what I mean? So you guys may talk a lot and like have all these great conversations, but they don't go super deep, all right? That's what it is about this person. They like a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. So you may go on trips with this, adventures. They may pick your brain about stuff and just be curious about shit, but like, you guys don't feel like you. I'm not gonna say you won't feel like you're getting closer to them, but it will be a feeling of like this is kind of superficial. Like it doesn't do too much, but it's a friend. If it's a friend, it's a friend, and it's a friend that you would most likely go out and like adventure and see the world or go wherever. You'll take them to like the club. You'll take them, if you guys are traveling, you guys will go on road trips, stuff like that. You guys will have fun. But like when it's like if you're going through like a tumultuous situation, this could be somebody who understands that and they may go on your side about that. But at the same time, you kind of feel like you didn't really grow past that stage. So it may kind of like stunt you at some time because this would be somebody who decides to always, ride your coattail about it and be with you, but like you don't feel like they're giving you any flack in a way where you can grow from the situation. All right. It's not that you can't grow from the situation. It's just that they don't want to rock the boat with you. You know what I mean? They see their world the way they see it and they'll allow you to see the world the way you see it. They just don't want you to disturb them from what they're doing. All right. So like this would be somebody who can see you sometimes doing the wrong thing. And instead of like reprimanding you, they may kind of like not egg you on, but they may just kind of like observe and see what you're going to do. And then if it goes wrong, they'll be like, man, they was tripping anyway. You ain't got to worry about that when you might have been wrong. You get me? That's one of them friends where they be like, if you wrong, I'm riding. Nah, you know what I mean? I ain't like that. If you wrong, you wrong. Don't bring me into it. I'll watch you though. But anyway, this would be somebody who's like very nurturing too, very careful. They may be like a seamstress, or like a I don't know, clothes are a big thing for them. Materials. So I don't know. They're dedicated too. And for some of y'all, I was gonna say this may be like a virgin or somebody who like hasn't really had too much sexual experience. All right, like something about them just kind of like gives this vibe of like being a little naive when it comes to partnerships, relationships, even friendships. Maybe they never really had that many friends. You know what I mean? Because like they're very social and they like to talk, but it kind of comes off as like they never really had any real connections. And that's what I want to say. Like they're dependent on other people to validate who they are. So maybe that comes from the material they have. Like they need a lot of people to like show them that they're valuable, show them that they're important. They like to be told that they're dressed nice. They like to be told that they have nice stuff around the house. They like to be told that, that was a great purchase. You know what I mean? So you may notice them by that, like telling you about material stuff and wanting to be praised about it. All right, or wanting to be praised about whatever successes they have. They need that validation. All right, this is also somebody who's like very optimistic and they're always looking for fresh starts. So they're not afraid to like, leave relationships, leave friendships. And that might be why they never really had deep friendships. Cause it's like they connect on similar interests, but at the same time, this is somebody who expects to be the center of attention. They want everybody to acknowledge them. They need that external validation for them to really put on a show or put on an act. All right. What else are they gonna like about you? They're gonna like that you command a lot of attention as well. And they feel like you can take care of yourself. So that's what they're gonna like about you, that you seem to be very nurturing, very loving. They're gonna like the way you dress. They're gonna like your aesthetics. So like if you feel like you don't really be throwing it on, they're gonna like your aesthetics. They're gonna like the way you put things together. They may like your house. Like they're very materialistic and like they look for like the pleasure centers of everything. So like if you burn incense, if you have nice candles, if you have nice painting walls, like they like those. Those are the things that they'll probably like big you up on because that's what they want to be bigged up on too. So they may tell you about that. This could be also somebody who maybe is not struggling, but like they went through a hard period. So like maybe they could have been homeless, broke. They could have been ugly in a sense, physically not attractive. They could have been, I don't know, just like they kind of like a late bloomer. So like they could possibly be older. So in a stage in their life, but they come off as like immature and playful and like not looking to settle down. That's how it's gonna look. They're gonna look like a bachelor and a bachelorette, but they're really gonna be seeing you as a perfect partner. If it's like romantic, and they're gonna see you as a perfect partner or as an ideal mate. All right. And this may be somebody who wants to have children with you or wants to build a family with you. But from the outside looking in, it's gonna look like they have it all together. It's gonna look like they're already stable. All right. ATW, thank you. Happy Friday to you too. So it's going to look like they have it all together and that they're not in need of anybody else. But this is like one, because it's the Nine of Pentacles, which just means it's just one off from having a family and a legacy or something stable and grounded to depend on. All right. So like they're going to look like they already have it going on for themselves, but they are just single. All right. And they just don't have a partner, or maybe they just can't keep a partner. All right. But this connection will feel like a spiritual connection. You guys will naturally feel like you guys are meant to be together. And when they're in your life, this activates parts of yourself that give you more of a spiritual longing or a desire to see life outside of the material. So like if you're somebody that cares a lot about material, you know, and the way things look and like, you know, being attractive and wanting other people to notice you as being attractive or being abundant, like let's say you're rich or you have a lot of money, you would like people to acknowledge this new car that you bought. You want people to acknowledge these successes that you've had, the great job that you've got. It's nothing wrong with these things. I'm just saying, like, this is what this person is like. This would be like one of those relationships that call attention to there being more to life than just the material successes. You get what I mean? There'll be more to life. So you guys will like really call on each other to dig deeper within the soul to build stability. And possibly this could be a marriage partner, all right? Because they have potential to be that. So that's what you need to know. Now, they may, like I said, they may be like a house DJ, a rapper, a speaker, an act. No, really, yeah, it could be a speaker, an actor, because the communication style is what you'll know. So like this could be like a, what do they call them? Where they do the poetry, you know what I mean? What's it called? Where they do the thing. It would be on the, what is it called? It's a type of poetry that they do. I can't remember. Spoken word. It could be like spoken word. You know what I mean? Yeah, it could be like money bagging. Yeah, it could be like money bagging them. You know, but it's just any of those relationships where initially you guys are more focused on the material success. And when they come into your life, it opens you up into more of a romantic success. Open mic type of thing too, Destiny. Yeah. Yeah. But it comes in at A-star. I mean, hey, Shay C. She. So it comes into like more of like a spiritual union where we really care more about the person at heart opposed to what they can do for us or what they have going for them. We love them as themselves. All right. So this may be, for some of y'all, this could also be like somebody who just feels like close friends and family. All right. Anyway, this would be this person coming into your life. They'll be coming into your life in a period where you're having issues getting things off the ground in terms of like partnerships, maybe even with your stability. Like maybe you have the issues with stability. They're going to come into your life in areas where you're having issues moving through, like maybe creating boundaries. You may be experiencing limitations in career or limitations in your life in general. You may be noticing that you maybe have issues staying ambitious or staying driven and disciplined towards the things you really desire. They come into your life in that form to like inspire you and to show you that you can be more or that you can have more. And it's more so based around material wealth, but through communicating with them and talking with them over time, it becomes more about like a spiritual connection between y'all, where you guys just get each other from more of like a inner, like it's like I naturally care about this person regardless of what they can or can't do for me. All right. So they do tend to get angry, and they may like that you get angry and fly off the handles. Like there may be like issues with that. Like, you know, they have like strong, intense like energy, and they like you to be intense. That's what they'll really pick up about you. Is like you can be like flamboyant, a little like crazy at times, and they'll like that. They'll really enjoy that. You know what I mean? Because it's somebody who maybe prides themselves on being very stoic or very relaxed, not too much. They don't want to do too much, but they'll like that you do. And this has inspired them to express a little bit more of themselves. They tend to get bored very easily. So you could be very entertaining in their life. All right. Let me give you signs though. Wait, let me give you advice first. Advice. Compassion. Dearest one, be compassionate towards yourself. Surrender to self-criticism and the fear that has you believing you need to improve in order to be worthy. You are perfect just as you are. The only thing that needs to change is your perception. You will come to realize the jewel you are when you love and honor yourself as you are. So these will be people who bring that into your life. They'll bring you a form of self-discipline, all right, of like trusting in yourself and more like a self-love too. All right, because they love themselves, but they really love themselves because they have material and status and abundance. All right, but when you come into their life or when you guys connect, it'll be more about a spiritual level and like there being more than the superficial. So you guys will be good for each other for that reason, because there'll be more than just the superficial when you guys connect. All right. So signs we have are Cancer, Scorpio, Sag, Pisces, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sag, Virgo, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio. That's Cancer again. My bad. Gemini. Did I say Capricorn? And Taurus. All right. So these are the signs. Could be them. Most likely it would be them. All right. I would say could be not, but most likely it would be them. All right. All right. Pile 4. I'm gonna show y'all pile 4, the last pile, and I'm gonna do a quick shuffle, and then we is on pile 4. I'm always excited to watch these back and see what I said. Because I'd be so curious when I be in the zone. So here we are. This will be power four. All right, put your fours up. Foes. All right, all right. Power four. Oh, Star, you stayed for that. That's right. So power four. Let's see. Power four. So who will you be growing closer to next? Okay. So this would be somebody who you have difficulty getting on the same page with. For some of y'all, this would be a past partner. If it's not a past partner, this is going to be one of those relationships that encourage you to grow. All right. And this encourages you to grow in ways that you probably wouldn't have grown before, because there'll be power struggles. There'll be a lot of stuff that goes on. Yeah, playing in the background. What's playing in the background? Oh, but anyway, there'd be a lot of power struggles. All right, because this would be like one of those relationships that'd be hard to get out of because it feels comfortable. So it's not like you have to leave it. I'm not gonna say you have to leave it, but it just feels comfortable. Something about it feels like you've already experienced this before. This may be something that, like a relationship that allows you to stay in your comfort zone and use abilities that you always had, but at the same time, it causes like the comfort in the relationship doesn't stay that way because this may be always an ever-changing relationship. This may be somebody who just likes fun, excitement. They like to go out. They like entertainment. You know what I mean? They may have kids, but like they like a lot of like just fun. They want fun. This is gonna be somebody who wants fun. All right, and that might be part of the tension in the relationship, because this will be somebody who you can get along with. It may start off as a friends to lover type of thing, all right? And it doesn't have to necessarily be like casual, but we got the fifth house here, which usually represents friends, all right? And they come off like a childish way, all right? So we got Leo and we got Aries, all right? And this is gonna be a very attractive person, all right? And this is gonna be somebody possibly who's vain, all right? And what they're gonna like about you too is your attractiveness, all right? Anyway, they're gonna see this situation as fun. But this will be a relationship where you have to weigh the pros and cons about whether you want this. And it causes a lot of self-reflection. So like the way that you've always done things don't work. All right. So you have to change it. You know what I mean? You have to change it a lot. All right. This is meant to get you out of a comfort zone though. That's why it's coming along. Okay. We got win-win outcome as forecast. So we got Libra energy. All right. So this may be somebody who's a go-getter. All right. They always set plans. Maybe they plan a lot. Maybe they analyze, strategize a lot. Like they have goals and stuff that they want to achieve. So they can maybe always be like moving. And maybe this is why they want to have fun, because they're always like, maybe they're always working or they're always going after some type of goal or some type of like desired dream outcome. And they don't really have time for real connections. They want relationships, but they don't have time to invest in long-term relationships. So a win-win outcome forecast could mean that it's one of those relationships where you guys compromise with your needs. You figure out what they need, they figure out what you need, and you guys openly express it. And that's where the opportunity for growth comes in, where it's like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Because sometimes when square shows up, it could be one of those feelings of like all or nothing. We have to change everything or we do nothing. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's what a win-win outcome can mean, where we can decide like, we aren't on the same page, this isn't gonna work, and we both just separate, all right? But it's one of those relationships that lets you know you're right on the peak of finding what it is that you really want in relationships. All right, so their physical appearance is the first thing that you'll really notice, and their bubbly, charismatic attitude. All right, you may also notice how they're dressed. You know what I mean? It may be more of like reserved, not too much, not doing too much. All right, but anyway, now they may have like square shoulders, or like maybe they're just kind of stiff, like when you talk to them. You know, you knew you needed two men? That's spoken just like a Gemini. I need two men. I know. Anyway, what they're going to be changing about you is your personality. That's what this relationship is going to be good for too, and helping you get out of your comfort zone. All right, because like it's usually somebody who you have unfinished business with when their South Node shows up, but it can also be just somebody who feels comfortable. Like when you get to know them, you kind of feel obligated to them, or you kind of feel like maybe you owe this person. Like just the vibe itself feels like you want to do stuff for this person, all right? Like you can't see them struggle, you can't see them going through a hard period of time without wanting to add some type of value to their life. It's one of those. And those are usually the relationships where we do stuff that we kind of like sacrifice our needs for people that we feel are in need. And then if it doesn't go how we expect it to go, we'd be upset because we feel like, oh, you used me. But really, you were just letting the best parts of yourself, your best parts of yourself show. And it was just giving you another part of your personality here. All right, so what would they like about you? For sure, your natural tendencies. So who you are at your core, they're gonna like. Yeah, it says you're too real. They're gonna like how real you are. They're gonna like how you express your emotions when you're upset or when you're hurt. They may also like how you're able to change occupations or change careers or change direction at the drop of a dime. All right, so like if you're doing something that doesn't work for you, you know how to change your mind. And you're not afraid to speak out how you feel about situations. They may also like being hurt. Like that may be something that they like. You may speak harshly to them, or you may say things to them that hurt their heart. And they may like that. Like this is somebody who wants those type of deep connections, but they're not used to having that because they're used to having more playful, lighthearted, come and go relationships. All right. They'll also like that you're not open to their love. So these may be people who fight for that. This is where the tension comes in. They may like that, like back and forth power struggle where they're trying to get you to submit to them and submit to their way of living. And you're like, I don't even want that. And they're like, well, this is like, they like that, like pleasure and pain in the relationship. All right. This could be also, they may even like that you feel like you can do better. They may really enjoy that. So maybe they're a very competitive type of person. All right. And that's what it really is. They may enjoy that you feel like you can do better. All right. So we got Libra, we got Aries, we got Cancer. All right. But this would be someone who feels like you're a goal or something to be achieved. All right. Like a big deal in their life. All right. For some of you, they may work in the law or work in like a legal field. They're into self-care. So maybe they like, if it's a woman, maybe she does very nice makeup. Maybe she's a MUA. What do they call it? Moi. Maybe she's one of those. Like beauty is a big thing for them. Attraction, physical attraction is a big thing. Probably because of the Leo and the Libra energy. These can tend to be superficial in some ways, especially Libra, because Libra cares a lot about beauty and prettiness and like pleasant things. So like if they're attracted to you, it's because you're attractive. You just need to know that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter in what way you're attractive. MUA, yeah, I'm moi. I said it that way. I said it moi. All right, but this may be somebody who struggles with affection, or you may struggle with affection, and that might be what they like. Like they may be like a very huggy, kissy, clingy type of person, but you may not be interested in that. Or it could be the other way around because we got Libra energy. It could be the other way around, or there just maybe struggles with intimacy where you guys don't really necessarily like hug, kiss, physical affection. It may be more like a sexual thing or like a party thing. We only go out, but like when it comes to expressing emotions, they don't really know how, and they like that you do, you know what I mean? But they also like that you're not like susceptible to emotional manipulation. So like they can't play on your heartstrings. All right, that's what they'll really like about it. It's like you don't fall for the manip. You don't self-sacrifice for them. All right, like you have needs and you'll make it known. And that's what they'll like about you, that you're not there to like just coddle them. You know what I mean? Because this may be people who want to be coddled or like nurtured, taken care of in a way where like their troubles become your troubles. So they can sometimes like spew on you, like, drop some of their like, their emotional baggage on you. And they'll like that you don't put up with that. They'll like that you have like talent and that you know what your natural abilities are. So they may be stuck. Yeah, they'll feel like you're very comfortable, and they'll feel like creating some type of either a partnership or like a community. So like if it's a business, then it'll be somebody who wants to like start up like a business, a community with you. For some of you, they may have like switched jobs, careers, or something like that. They may be about to do that or trying to. Anyway, okay. Oh, okay. So they're gonna like how if you're cocky, they're gonna like that. They're gonna like if you're like very arrogant, very pushy, but you come off in like a more passive way where you don't overtly say what's on your mind. Well, you're gonna say what's on your mind, but it's like you don't overtly like push them to do anything. It's kind of like, well, if you want me to stay in your life, you're gonna have to do it this way. You know what I mean? So it's almost like an ultimatum. Yeah, we got the 5 of Swords. That's an ultimatum. That's what they're gonna like about you. That you probably give ultimatums, or you draw your line in the sand, letting them know like, hey, this is what I'm on, and I don't like what you're doing. So they may try to get this to be like a sexual connection with y'all, but you may inspire them to make this something grounded or stable. And that may be where the win-win comes from. All right, so that's why, yeah, it's cool. All right, cool. And we got 6 of Swords from the 5 of Swords, so it's going to transition. So they may like that you stand your ground about the things that you really believe. You draw a line in the sand. You know what I mean? And that's why the tension showed up first. So you'll have issues with them at first. At first, yeah. But as long as you stand your ground on what it is that you truly believe, this person to submit because they really see you as an authority in their life or somebody who's very pivotal in their life. All right, so this may be somebody, for some of y'all, maybe they're in like, again, I'm gonna say law enforcement again, or they're in like just a leadership position where, and if it's not, let's say leadership can just mean like wherever they go, people respect them. Like if they say something, people are like, oh, you know, Noonie said this, so we respect what he said. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? To you, they may not be like that, but wherever they are or wherever they're from, people value what they say. You know what I mean? So they could be that. And it can come off as like very intimidating and very strategic. You know what I mean? They're tending to get their mark. They usually do. And that's what they're going to like is that you're difficult. You're hard to handle. It doesn't just work the way that they expected it to work. All right. So they have to go along with your program. And that's what they're going to like. Because this is somebody who really wants to have long-term partnerships, but they just don't know how. The partnerships they've always established have been more lighthearted, playful, you know, free-spirited. I see you when I see you. Let's go on dates. Let's go on trips. But like they never really got to know people. You know what I mean? Like they just do what's comfortable for them. So you're going to be breaking them out of that pattern, and that's where the struggle is going to come from. You'll be breaking them, or you both will be breaking out of that pattern if you guys kind of exercise that same thing. We got the moon in reverse, which just means that they're going to be expressing their deeper emotions, deeper truths. You're going to get to learn a whole lot about them. There's going to be an opportunity to go deeper with them through this struggle that you guys may go through. So who knows how long the square could last? Squares could last 4 weeks, 6 weeks, depending on what planet it is. It could last 6 months, 6 years. Who knows? Well, 6 years is kind of long. It doesn't usually last 6 years, but maybe up to 6 months. So it could be like a power struggle that you guys have like somewhere in like 6 months. And you know what I mean, where it's difficult to get on the same page. It's difficult to really see each other for who they are. You may always express yourself. You may always feel like this person is hurting your feelings, or they may always feel like you're hurting their feelings. There may be conflict. They may gaslight you or make you feel like you should doubt your feelings, like you're being too mean, too rough, too strict, too stiff. You have outdated beliefs. They may make you feel like all of those things. You know what I mean? Just as an intent to make you doubt what you know to be true for you. And this would be good because it's going to help you build boundaries, all right? And it's going to help you recognize when relationships have potential stagnancy. So you don't stay in relationships that aren't good for you, all right? And I think I once read this quote that was saying that you'll be better in life once you recognize when to let go of people. So this may be like one of those relationships where you like let go of people fast. And this may be a relationship that shows you that. But anyway, it can go the long haul, low key. Only reason I say that is because we got the Emperor here with the Four of Wands. So this is somebody who does crave stability and long term or longevity. All right. So it may, like I said, may start off as like short term. You guys may break up because we got the Four of Swords here too, and the Three of Swords here. So there's an evolution that happens through this connection. You guys do grow. That's the best part about it. This relationship would be an opportunity to grow. And because the square shows up here, the only issue you could ever have is to be involved in this connection and to not do anything different than you've always done it. So if you struggle with speaking up, if you struggle with boundaries, if you struggle with leaving people behind, if you struggle with, just anything that you've ever struggled with before, it'd be a shame for you not to try to exercise them within this connection. All right, because this is like one of those relationships where you can say what you want and do what you want and it not go wrong. Because like this person just likes to have you around. They can be very clingy, very needy emotionally. So like they like you could probably say whatever you want to say to them and they'll forgive it and come back around and try to like wear on your feelings to get you to stay. So this may be somebody who's just like just holds on to you. That's what I really want to say. They may just hold on to you a lot. Like they really need, it seems like they need you. They could be needy, all right? But they don't like to let that be known. Because maybe also somebody, for some of y'all, this may have been somebody who chose somebody else in the past or like felt like they could have did better without you. And they'll like that about you too, that you're that same type of person who's like, oh, well, I don't need this. I can go do this over here. I can go, make another move. I can go find another partner. And they'll like that about you, all right? That's really what's going to make them cling to you a lot more. What I was going to say, they may stay like in a warmer climate. Maybe like in a warmer climate, they may have pets, like a bigger animal, cat, dog. I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess they could have like a, what kind of cat they have as big? A lynx? Maybe it's like a lynx or like something like that. But yeah, it's a karmic past. Yeah, it's definitely a karma. It's karmic past. All right. Anyway, this is going to be somebody who you guys will sleep with. I say you will, like I can tell you what you're going to do. But they're going to be very attractive in the form of what you like. Like they're an entertaining type of person. So like them being around is like a jokey player, playing, you may enjoy like the finer, like the finer things, but not like materialistic, but like the finer things. Like this is somebody who like gifts you things, like things that make you smile. That's what they really try to do, is like make you smile. They try to be very charming and try to be very like helpful and hopeful to get you to like stay into the situation. So they can talk very well. All right. And they may know how to be a people pleaser. So that's what they tend to do. So by you not being that way, is going to cause them to grow. And that's why I say this could be somebody who you could possibly be into a relationship with that could be committed. All right. Because they're going to like that. And they're going to be intimidated by how you stand your ground. All right. And how you hold on to your beliefs. You don't sway. And that's what they're going to like about you, that you don't change when they come around or act different to try to appease them. All right. And that's going to cause them to grow in ways that they've never grown before, because they're probably used to using their attractiveness, are used to using maybe their body, are used to using like entertainment, or using like some type of like medium where people just feel like their guards should be dropped, and like this is going to be somebody who could change my life or like take me out of a boring situation. This would be like that type of relationship where this is what they're used to. So you won't be that type of person, because it'll be more likely where you won't really care too much about what they do or who they are. You're like, so I don't give a shit about none of that. This ain't fulfilling to me, so I don't even want it. You know what I mean? So yeah, if it's a past person, this would be somebody who manipulated in the past and you cut them off and they liked how you stood your ground. So they'll be coming back around. All right. Karmic past just means it's somebody who you feel you have unfinished business with. You guys could have left words unsaid. All right. And this may be somebody who will now express deeper feelings, what's really been on their heart. And this is obsessive too. All right. 6'9". God damn. Oh yeah. He definitely thinks he's all that. All right. So anyway, they pondered on it. That's the good thing. They pondered on it and reconsidered some things, and you'll hear them having a conversation soon with you. All right. And it's going to be, the conversation they're going to have is going to be more of a peaceful release. It's like they're looking for a resolution between y'all. You guys might have had stress and conflict before, and what they're trying to do is get it to be more peaceful, more relaxed. Yeah, you're late just a little bit, Pentarina. All right. And the tone that they'll use to be low, won't be too high. Like they won't be talking in a shrill voice. It'll be more low, relaxed. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, self-care is a big thing for them. I got 4 swords in 2 different decks. So they care a lot about their body, or about like their appearance, their physical appearance. Like they're vain in that way. So that's what you need to know. One more card. All right. So who will you be going closer to? This is somebody who likes to negotiate. So they could be a salesman. All right. And we got Capricorn here. I knew that was going to show up eventually. That's why I tried not to deal out those cards, because I knew Capricorn was going to come out eventually. Ooh. All right, so this, for some of y'all, this is going to be a past person, because that's what Hecate means. But it means that this is a person that's learning to stay present in the moment. So maybe they were going off as a player who liked a lot of passion, a lot of joy, a lot of like switching up partners because of like the entertainment, or like, you know, just the variety of life. But this is going to be somebody who you're going to be breaking out of that pattern of maybe always going from person to person. You're going to teach them how to be present in the moment and how to build stability or ground connections. All right. And that's what they're going to like. You're going to feel comfortable with this person. You guys could build a family, could build a house. So maybe you have a house. Maybe they have a house. Maybe you have some type of stability that they like. And this is why they're going to be wanting to like look at you as a way of like, let's move this forward. All right. And it's made, for some of y'all, it may go long term, but for some, it just be just a relationship where you guys just feel comfortable, admired, loved, and there's a lot of passion in there. But it's like, you know, committed. It's committed. All right. That's the thing about it. It's committed. All right. If not, you guys will separate, and this pattern may repeat itself again, because we got South Node. So South Nodes are hard to break because they're your comfort zone. They're just things that you just feel like, I can let it, you know what I mean, take my shoes off and take my bra off and throw my shirt to the side. You know what I mean? It's like one of those feelings. So this is how they're going to be coming about, but they're very much into pleasure and excitement. All right. So let me get some advice. Action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. So this would be somebody who's deemed you as like a goal, or like goals. Like if I could just date her or date him, my life would change. You know what I mean? They're very stable. They're very mature. You know what I mean? They had their head on straight. You know what I mean? So they're going to be looking at you in that form. And even though they're used to maybe being a player, or always having things go their way, they're going to like that they don't have their way with you. So learn to keep your boundaries. All right, speak up. Don't be afraid, because that's what they really enjoy and really admire about you. So, all right, let me give you signs. We got Leo, Libra, Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries again, Libra, Capricorn, and Libra again. There's a whole lot of Libra here. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of Libra here. Hey, listen, Star, I know you said, I hope I'm wrong about who I think it is. Let me tell you something about this. Because the South Node is here, even if it's not the past person you think it is, it's going to be somebody who is very similar to who you've already experienced. So the pattern just repeats itself because there's a lesson that you may not have learned, but this person comes into your life as an opportunity for growth. So the square shows up first because this is the opportunity to do something different than you've always done. So you say, I've experienced this pattern before. Of course, you didn't do it right the first time. That's why you're experiencing it again. So you experience this pattern this time as a way of learning the lesson and further solidifying it. Because once you get it, you never have to experience it like that again. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we experience those same patterns because we just didn't learn. We didn't observe. We didn't take the time to reflect and see what went wrong. This relationship is going to pull that out of you and make you have to really reflect, because we got 4 swords in here 3 times from 3 different decks, meaning that you're going to have to sit and reflect and grow in ways that you never envisioned yourself growing. So this means like speaking up. This means like, breaking hearts. This means like, recognizing where you repressed emotions or where you dim in a little bit just to make sure that situations don't go awry. Like you don't want to rock the boat. This is what it has. So you have a hard time walking away from people. Exactly. And this is what this person is coming back in to see if you can do that. If this isn't working in the way that you need it to work and it's not fulfilling you emotionally, can you walk away? Or do you stay around? Do you just linger and hope that this person will change? You know what I mean? Are you afraid to speak up and tell them what you need to change? Because sometimes that could be an issue too in relationships, where we just don't really say what we need to change. We know that they need to change because we don't like what they're doing, but what would you like them to change? How would you like them to change it? You know what I mean? And you can't really control how you would like them to change it, but what do you need changed? You know what I mean? Have you ever expressed those things? Sometimes those are just the little tweaks that make a big difference in the connection. All right, but they're gonna like your temperament and the way that you just stand your ground. All right, so don't be afraid to stand your ground and be who you are. All right, so that was Power 4, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking and rolling with me. Look, I know, right? Hey, I've been there too, Star. I'd be afraid to say what was on my mind too. And then I was like, what if I always had to be alone? Well, guess what? I'm alone right now, and it's going pretty well. So it's not that big of an issue. It's not as big an issue as you would imagine it to be when you speak up and say what's on your mind. And a lot of times people don't leave you forever. I have yet to notice anybody that's ever left me forever. Well, speaking up is not a bad thing either, but sometimes it's tact, Dana. Sometimes the way you say things is the issue, or the timing of when you say things. Because I know people who aren't afraid to speak up, but they just speak up at the wrong times. You know what I mean? Like somebody's mother just died. Maybe they died from cancer, and they'd be like, well, maybe they shouldn't have been smoking cigarettes. Maybe you shouldn't have said that shit right now, asshole. Maybe you should have waited. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. It's not really like a bad thing speaking up all the time. It's just recognizing when is a good time. And are what you're about to say, is it necessarily helpful at this time before you say it? Because we find ourselves being brave and saying what we want to say on our mind, but is it necessarily helpful for this overall situation right now to say what you're about to say? Or could you really just hold it? You know what I mean? So that's some of the things I've learned myself. It's like, maybe I could be right in this moment, but is it really helpful for the situation? Do I need to say it? You know what I mean? So that's what I always work on too. So that was just something I was sharing with y'all. You know what I mean? I don't be getting it right all the time at all. Very rarely do I ever get it right, but I do learn when I get it wrong. So that's one thing I can always say about me. I learn when I do get it wrong. All right. So thank y'all again for joining. I might try again tomorrow. I'm gonna stay away from the nutmeg. So for sure, for sure I'm gonna try to shoot. Tomorrow should be Saturday. Yes. For some reason it felt like a Sunday because my daughter didn't have school today. So it felt like a Sunday. It felt like a Saturday today. So tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow I will go live again. I'm gonna try to go during the day, you know what I mean? And try to make it work and see what's happening then. Maybe like around 3, 4, 'Cause I think that's more of like a hot time where everybody could really pop out and show off with me a little bit. Because Saturday night, who knows? I might go out and have some noonie time. I don't know. I might just stay home and watch a show or something. You know what I mean? Because I be done did all my work I needed to do throughout the day, and I'll feel accomplished so I can lay back. And TV and stuff like that, that's a luxury to me then, because I got all my work done. This was pile 4. You missed it. The pile selections, you just have to go back. I didn't even put timestamps down. So tarot thingy thing, tarot angel. I didn't even put the pile down. I mean, you missed it. We're done now. We're over. I was just doing a little ramble before I slide. All right, you'll be. Oh yeah, it's cool always. Hey, listen, I'd be real surprised when y'all be here. Like every time I get ready to do live, I'd be like, if it only be one person, it's okay, because then it'd be like me doing the work when I used to just record. Like when I record it, they're different than when I go live. When I record videos, it's not quite the same. I mean, when I go live, it's different than how I record videos. How I record videos is like, I can see a lot. I mean, I can see as much too, but like, it's like I focus more on just the video because it's just me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was always like, as a kid, I was always used to like doing things on my own. I'd make little TV shows for myself with like toys and stuff. So like, it's nothing new. Okay, thank you, Destiny. If you would like to, definitely let me know. Put that all day long. You can definitely have that job. I do not be sad. You know what I mean? I had somebody that was doing it too, but they also got their own life, and I can't be having anybody obligated to it. So if you do decide to do it, Destiny, I appreciate it. If you can't do it, don't you worry about it. It will get done always, most likely by me. But if other people do it, I appreciate it too so much. So y'all, I'm gone. Enjoy your night. Have fun, and hopefully I'll see y'all again tomorrow. All right, I'm out.